Hello and welcome to News Bharati. As we all know, BJP has formed a government and they have got a huge majority in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now, there are various analysts who will talk about various reasons why BJP got this huge mandate again. As we talked about it in the previous video, it's a historic mandate because for the first time since 1985, any party, any government has repeated their tenure. But let's look into some of the reasons why BJP got this huge mandate again. First, let's talk about what happened in Western UP. There was this much controversy, much talked about alliance between RLD and SP, Rashtriya Lok Dal and Samajwadi Party. What happened? It did not percolate on the ground. Why did it happen? If alliances could win elections, then Narendra Modi would be sitting in the opposition after 2019 election. We all know that there was this huge SP-BSP alliance where Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party came together in the state of Uttar Pradesh during 2019 Lok Sabha elections. They all talked about how the arithmetic is so much that nobody can defeat this alliance. But we all know that BJP actually got 64 seats out of 80 even in that election, even with SP-BSP combined fighting. Now, let's look into the facts of why this happened or why this could have happened. Let's, as I said, first focus the Western UP region of the Uttar Pradesh and what happened there. There are many talks about Jat voters being angry with the BJP because of farmers' protests, other reasons, and since from 2013 there was riots in Muzaffarnagar, and now that it is around 9 years since that riots, the anger between and the division between Jats and Muslims is not there. So now the Muslim voters of Samajwadi Party and the Jat voters of RLD would now again come together and vote for this alliance. That was the theory. What happened is that it did not happen. Jats voted for the BJP. Now, that's a political reality that we are looking at, but what is the social reason behind this? We have to understand that Western Uttar Pradesh is a highly agriculture dominated area. In that area, Jats have always dominated when it comes to the land holding. Jats have always had a huge amount of lands, huge amount of agricultural land. That gave them electoral as well as political power. That also gave them financial power. Because of this land, they could grow, as they say in this part of the Western UP, ganna, that is sugarcane. And that sugarcane gave them a lot of money. This money helped them get some political access and electoral benefits out of this. Now the land holding was there and they were getting financial and electoral benefits. It all changed in 1991 when the financial economical reforms took place, when Narasimha Rao government actually liberalized the Indian economy. From there, your financial well-being, your prosperity did not depend only on your land holding. It did not depend only on agriculture. So the people who moved from Western UP to say Noida, Ghaziabad, which is in Western UP, but to the urban centers towards Delhi, even say Gurgaon. So those people who move from that region to the urban area of around Delhi NCR region as it is known, most of them who got the construction jobs, as we call it, blue collar jobs, most of them were from the Muslim community. Now Muslim community started getting some money. By the time 2005 started, Muslim community had substantial amount of prosperity to challenge the established Jat polity. In that scenario, the tensions were already simmering below the surface. But in 2013, there were incidences from Muslim community, from Hindu community, there was response. Because of all of that, there was this huge riot around Muzaffarnagar and Shamli area, which resulted in many Muslim families and some Hindu families getting killed, attacked, horrible things happened. Because of that, there was this huge rift between Jats and Muslims. Now that rift remained for 2014, 2017 and 2019 elections, where for the first time Jats voted in overwhelming numbers towards the BJP. They voted, some surveys are saying that in those elections, especially in 2019 election, Jats voted 90% towards BJP. So that was the rift. Now with this alliance, people thought that, well, okay, now there is alliance, Muzaffarnagar riots are old, but nobody was looking into the social problems and the social combination that was forcing this rift. If this rift had not been there, if there was just electoral combine coming together and forming an alliance and then getting political benefit, then it would have worked. The theory was sound, but it did not happen because of these social problems. Second problem is in the rest of Uttar Pradesh. We talked about Western UP, now let's talk about the rest of Uttar Pradesh. There was a lot of talk about Muslims getting polarized and getting united behind the Samajwadi Party and voting for the Samajwadi Party, which did happen. Almost all the Muslims in overwhelming majority voted for the Samajwadi Party for the first time. There was hardly any division between Muslim votes towards BSP or Congress. But even though there was this polarization of Muslim votes against the Bharatiya Janata Party, there was huge polarization of Yadav votes towards Samajwadi Party against the Bharatiya Janata Party. There was a huge voter which was against the Yadav Raj. There was huge voter which was against the Samajwadi Party rule. That huge society, that electoral base, they gravitated towards the BJP. Because of that, which we saw in 2019 as well, because of this, all the non-Jata SCs, all the non-Yadav OBCs, almost all of upper caste voted for the BJP. And the interesting thing that happened in this election, in 2022 election, which did not even happen in 2019 election, is that even within the Jata voters, which is this electoral bank of the BSP and the Mayawati, is that because people saw, because even the Jata voters saw that there is no practical chance of BSP getting a majority and Mayawati ji becoming the chief minister, many Jata votes, especially in the urban areas, voted for the BJP just to defeat the Samajwadi Party. Again, as we talked about Jat versus Muslims in the Western UP, there is this huge divide between Yadav and Jata voters. Because of this divide, which is on ground, that whenever there is Samajwadi Party government, that is Yadav government, there will be cases filed, there will be atrocities against the Jatavs and the SC voters, allegedly. And whenever there is BSP government, Mayawati ji's government, there will be atrocities and cases filed against the Yadav community, again, allegedly. Now, because of this, these two communities did not vote for each other. Since they did not vote for each other in 2019, now that there was no alliance in the first place, and we all saw that BSP is not even in the race, Mayawati was not even campaigning in this election that much. Because of that, the core voter of BSP, the Jata voters, especially in the urban areas, they thought that let's not waste our vote. We don't want Yadavs to come into power. We don't want Samajwadi Party and the lawlessness of Samajwadi Party to be in power. So let's vote for somebody who has a chance to defeat the Samajwadi Party and come to power, which was the only option of Bharatiya Janata Party. Which is why many of the Jata voters voted for the BJP in this 2022 election. This is a tectonic shift where this election can mark the terminal decline of BSP. As we talked about it in the previous video of exit polls, this is the first bipolar election in Uttar Pradesh after 1985 election. Because of this entire analysis of Uttar Pradesh Assembly election and Lok Sabha election might change forever. But it is important to understand that just like BSP, SP is also a regional party which needs power to sustain. This would be for the 10 years straight, for the first time since SP came into being, that SP will be out of power. Will it be able to sustain without power, without Mulayam Singh? It will be an interesting thing to see. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon to get more and more notifications of our channel. Thank you.